What up? It's the Grandpa MC coming at you with another video. Like, subscribe, share, comment if you like. Alright, man. This video gonna be about Michael Jordan and Horace Grant. And the reason why I said it's Horace Grant and Michael Jordan, because, well, just to backtrack a little bit. When I first started the channel, I was intending to make a video about Horace Grant, because Horace Grant is the forgotten man on the Bulls as far as his impact and his importance to the team. So recently he had a video, he was on All the Smoke, and he was talking, and it gave me a lot of insight, because Horace Grant, he has interviews here and have interviews there. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, you can see them all the time. They talk all the time. So I mean, like, the interview with All the Smoke kind of really got me wanting to make another video about Horace Grant's importance and the illusion that the Bulls weren't a tight team. So I'm gonna start with the Michael Jordan comment, because Jordan was on, like, what was it, Good Morning America, whatever. He was on that show, and they asked him, Robin Roberts, of course, asked him about, should it be one player that's designated the greatest overall. And Jordan, like he said repeatedly, you're disrespecting all the players that came before him by trying to say he, or most specifically, one player is greater than them all. And that's very classy of Jordan. Now, when he's by himself or with his boys, he might be a whole different thing. But I genuinely believe that Jordan really means that, because Jordan is a hooper, and when you're a hooper, you don't get caught up in all that. You don't get caught up in, am I the greatest, or this, that, and the other. You don't get caught in all that. So, and then I saw another little short video on Instagram when they asked him about the same subject, and he said the same thing. I mean, like, he said this repeatedly, as opposed to other people that will not be named in this video. They have to be called the greatest. They have to be showered with compliments, acknowledgement, this, that, and other. Ain't nothing wrong with acknowledgement if you're putting in work, but anyway, get into Horace Grant. Now, Horace Grant was a power forward. He got drafted in '87 with Scottie Pippen, and him and Scottie Pippen helped the Bulls climb up the ladder. They helped Michael Jordan climb the ladder. But a lot of stuff the stuff that Pippen is on comes from him feeling a certain way, because when the first three-peat, that was all the whole team. That was the whole team. Now, Jordan was scoring. Yeah, Jordan was scoring. That was a whole team effort. Horace Grant was the free safety, so to speak, in their defensive strategy. He was supposed to run back on defense. He was helping pressuring, and he would have to run back and get his man, plus rebound. And then he was playing in the years where the rough and rugged power forwards was out. 80s, I mean, in the late 80s, early 90s. He was in that blender. But if you listen to Horace Grant, you can understand where the confidence came from. And you heard him mentioning, you heard him. If you saw the interview, he was saying that when he was in college playing for Clemson, he was getting like 20 shots a game. I think he was the leading rebounder and the leading scorer in the ACC, I think, at least his senior year. Might have been a couple of years, but he was a very good college basketball player. Not star, but he was a solid player. Then he came to the Bulls, played under Oakley. Oakley helped bring him along. So the two players that pushed the Bulls over the top, Pippen and Grant. Oakley had Grant, Jordan had Pippen. Those were two great role models, at least on the court, to follow. So that's where Grant got that from. But if you look at the interview, Horace Grant has a huge ego. He says as much. And another part of it, I think Horace Grant was the realness component of the Bulls. He was the most realist. He was the realest person. Like, if you heard him, I keep saying that, but during the interview, he would say, my friend here, Larry Nance, Oakley, different other people. Everybody liked Horace Grant, man, as far as a person. And I think that was part of the formula for the Bulls on their come up. But yeah, man, I really liked Horace Grant when he played for the Bulls. He was saying in the interview that him and the whole team outside of Jordan was nervous in that first finals. So that's the reason why I remember the game. They did look shook. They looked shook. But by the second game, they, threw them jitters off and they won the championship. But Horace Grant was just as important as Scottie Pippen to Jordan's success. He was just as important as Scottie Pippen was when they mentioned, the Jordan dynasty. But that's the reason why I think Pippen was on it, because that whole team came up. That whole team was going through those wars with Detroit. That whole team was going through the changes in the coaching staff. And then Horace Grant spoke on that. He said that Doug Collins would kill your confidence. And that was the reason why part of the reason why Scottie Pippen struggled his first couple of years, because Doug Collins was a Jordan, he was just thinking that if he can't be Jordan, nobody can do it right. That's the kind of time he was on. And when Phil Jackson came, it emphasized the whole team. So I think that's the root of Pippen's problem with the first dance, because I thought at first that it was going to be a documentary geared toward the whole team, but it was more about highlighting Jordan, which is nothing wrong with that. But if you had watched that team, you understood how tight they was and how hard they worked and how hard it was for them to come up. So that's pretty much it, man. Grandpa out.